as he looks for a move around the outside, down the hill, he goes up the inside. And that's gonna be
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the LSEM 100. I am your host, Kian Butler, and we are just about 4/5 of the way now through qualifying of this 100. Sorry for the delayed start of the stream today. We had an update for OBS, and it's messed some stuff up, and I've just figured out how to fix what I messed up before, so there shouldn't be any more issues there. However, we are at Long Beach today. Long Beach, what a wonderful track we have here. The RDE drivers, formerly Elusive, now Red Dragon Esports. As for the Forza RC, we presume, perhaps, I'm not sure. However, we're going to run through our grid so far. So Europa, maintaining his streak of pole positions for the time being, just ahead of Scottson, who is in second position so far in lap 5 of 5. In third position, we have Toru. In fourth position, we have Insanity. In first position for GTE, we have Hydra. In second, we have Kami. In third, we have Chasmo. In fourth, we have Zero. In fifth, we have Twitch. In sixth, we have Solar. In sixth, we have M Sport. In seventh, we have Boxer. In eighth, we have Lagalot. In ninth, we have OSRC Speedy Jab. In 10th, we have PTG Mugs. In 11th, we have SSR Honey Badger. In 12th, we have Severus 1. In 13th, so far, we have last week, second place sitter, SVR Barcode. And in 18th, we have SVR Solar. So we're on our last lap of qualifying now. I'm really hoping that a mistake I thought I made I didn't make, and it looks like I did. Far out. Hold on. Oh, I'll be right back. Alright, apologies for that. I made the mistake of not setting the end race timer for the race, and I've also just made the mistake of not going to spectate mode, so we'll do that real quick. Sorry about that again. We're going to redo qualifying and take the best time from 2 sessions. Yeah. Sorry about Solo. We're redoing qualifying here real quick. Alrighty. So, let's run through our grid once again. We have in LMP1 now joined for this qualifying session as well by Moshies. We have 40 Europa, ESV Moshies, LSEM Insanity, LSEM Toru, and ESV Scottson for your LMP2 category today. In GTE we have RDE Chasmo, SVR Boxer, formerly LSEM Jesco, LSEM Selagalot, RDE Kami, RDE Hydra, AMR M Sport, SSR Honey Badger, SVR Solar, SVR Barcode, SVR Cerberus, sorry, not SVR Cerberus, just normal Cerberus, LSEM Zero, PTG Mugs, SVR Twitch, and ORC Speedy Jab. We're going to go on board with Solar for a lap now of Long Beach. Let's have a gander. The SVR boys deciding to ride in the newly painted Solar Vision Racing Corvette C7R, and I gotta say, that is a very nice matte paint job on that car there. Just ahead is LSEM Zero, and you see you have AMR M Sport, and there's one other car in that group there, SVR Boxer, SVR Barcode, AMR M Sport in the 458. Should be a bit more competitive around here compared to how it was last week at Laguna Seca. Hopefully we should have some really good racing today. We're going to be doing 51 live laps around here with a formation lap and a pace formation lap at the start, and then we'll have a regroup lap at the end where we take results. It should be a really interesting race today, and I'm actually personally quite excited to get this one underway. So as we finish the lap with SVR Solar, we're going to see what lap time he manages to put down. Let's turn the map off and let's put the top ticker on lap times and see what lap times people have done. Scottson has put down a 11.4 so far. Where is Solar? Solar put down a 19.7, Barcode 20.3, Boxer 20.4. Let's actually bring the map back up. Looks like somebody got damage on their outlap. Who would that be? That would be AMR M Sport. So, not having the best start there. There is a 5-minute end of lap race timer. And we're going to go on board now with Moshies as we come through the final part of the track. Just ahead are his 2 elusive teammates, and further behind are the 2 LSEM drivers for today, Insanity and Toru. And Scottson holds on to pole for the time being with a clean 13. So it looks like one of the LMP drivers had to pit. That would be Toru. So again, I'm not sure what happened to him. I'm not sure if he grazed a wall or if he just got some engine damage, but he has ended up losing a fair amount of time in qualifying here. So far, your grid is shaping up to be Scottson on pole, 40 Europa on second, LSEM Toru in third, LSEM Insanity in 4th. And in first place for GTE, we have Red Dragon Esports Hydra, Racing Dragon Esports Hydra, RDE Kami from the same team, RDE Chasmo, taking the top 3 so far in the R8s. In 4th, we have SVR Barcode. In 5th, we have LSEM Zero. In 6th, we have SVR Solar. In 7th, we have SVR Boxer. In 8th, we have PTG Mugs. In 9th, we have LSEM Sir Lagalot. In 10th, we have Cerberus. In 11th, we have SSR Honey Badger. In 12th, we have ORC Speedy Jab. In 13th, we have AMR M Sport. And finally, we have Moshies, who has not put down a conclusive time yet, it seems. His dirty time even being affected by a pit stop, perhaps? No, he just has... So everyone's put down a clean time so far. So, has something happened to... No? Okay, good. Just wanted to check if something had happened to him. How's everyone doing in the chat today? I see you're at the Mr. Westmeister, Mugs for JSR. Yeah. Looking at the grid orders so far, it looks like Moshi's has managed to make his way up to 4th in the grid so far. Toru is still in 3rd. He managed a pretty good finish of 3rd place last week after Europa had some issues. We had to re-clarify some of the passing rules for GTE, just in the sense that they have the right of line. One of the drivers tried moving out the way and it caused a bit of an incident, so perhaps if you remember that, perhaps not. There won't be a replay video for last week due to the fact that the audio ended up being very quiet on the commentary, so there's not really much point of doing it. That might change if I can do some audio mixing a little bit, but this week we will be, because I don't know if you noticed, but my voice is very crisp and very nice because I got a new microphone to do this kind of stuff. So I'm looking very much forward to how this video will come out. Let me know if there are any audio mixing problems in the chat. It's still relatively new, so I might have to adjust some of it. I should be able actually to make it all work though. So looking for the grid now, we have Europa taking 1st position on the final run, I believe, of qualifying there for him. Clutching it out to take pole. So in 1st place we have Europa, 2nd we have Scottson, 3rd Toru, 4th we have ESV Moshies, and they're finishing the laps now. Now because we made the mistake in the first part of qualifying, we are in fact going to count both times from each, so there might be a short delay here. We're gonna show quickly the highlights from our preseason round, and then our team trailer, and by the time that is all done, we should be able to get underway. So bear with us for just a minute, and we will be right back.
Formation start for the two Lolas as it is across the line and underway. Europa turns it a little bit on Scottson and he gets to move around the outside. That's your 2nd position sitter, moving up in the 1st position as we go back now to the GTE field. Bathurst, particularly hard track to pass on.
Oh, Chaz, we're getting a little squiggly there. Didn't look too good. Attempt on the outside. That's going to be Barcode going up the left. And they're going to be side by side down the straight. However, it looks like the R8 has the top end. He's definitely got the distance between 2nd to take his time with the overtakes and not go for something too risky unless he feels like it.
Europa getting past Barcode there. And we'll see if Toru can make it past clean. This looks like he's going to try around the outside here.
Yep.
And he does.
Yes.
The Lucid boys, I'm guessing they've pitted already. They've ended up behind Honey Badger. So you can tell Chasmo's probably getting a little bit frustrated and stuck behind Honey Badger, who hasn't yet done his first round of pit stops, whereas these guys have.
The outside of Honey Badger putting up a valiant effort there.
Oh, Honey Bunny's
And
on the
he's
grass.
gonna be.
As he looks
Oh,
move around the outside, down the hill. He
send
goes up the inside.
Send it, yes! Yes,
And that's gonna be,
support!
and that's the move that's been developing there for the last couple of laps. Not gonna be able to use his top end here.
This
Oh! Hydra's going off in the last corner.
yes!
As
Oh,
oh,
he turned it so low! Oh, yes, both going side by side! Yeah,
and that is.
Oh!
It looked like he just went too tight in on the left-hander. As Scottson rounds the last corner now, he takes it across the line. That is Scottson taking the race win. I'm seeing an issue here. Well, the LMP is now being driven around by Drymatas.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Scotson's hard! You're scaring me, bud! Is he gonna... Oh, please tell me he goes... Oh, he locks up! Oh! Oh! He tapped him! He tapped him! Come on!
Oh my
God!
A relatively new team at Victor Forza 7. They're rolling out the red carpet for themselves here. Light speed endurance motorsports. I can't wait to see with a couple of months of practice what these guys are going to be able to do.
And he's holding it all into the inside through the bus stop. Will he have the speed coming out of it? The Butler able to hold on to third for at least for now. There goes Butler and Buku, LSEM, first and second position. We've got a line of two. That's going to be Insanity the inside of, with Slapsvella looking to the outside here in 7.
he looks for a move around the outside, down the hill, still at the inside. And that's gonna be
fun. Is he gonna? Oh, please tell me he goes. Oh, he lights up.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and about to get underway for the LSEM 100 Round 2. This is going to be a very interesting race today as we have a larger grid than we had last week. 18 cars driving today. It was going to be 19, however, Muggs had to leave at the last moment, unfortunately. So, let us roll through your grid real quick at this Long Beach round of the LSEM 1. Oh, and there's... looks... What was that? Looks like we're gonna have a restart. Not sure what happened there. That's very interesting indeed. All right, backing out to restart. Let us just check real quick. Any issue, guys? Oh, my bad. Goddamn. Grr. Alright, oh yeah. That should be fixed now. I'm gonna save these as presets so I don't keep messing them up. What do you mean? Eco was never any... No. Oh. Well, he's not racing, so I don't know. Alright. Ready, you're up. Individuals, and we'll get back on the way. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I, being the absolute god of a race setting up person that I am, accidentally forgot to turn it off of the race thing. And we have Lawrence joining now. Okay, Lawrence has managed to make it at the last minute due to a restart. We'll just wait for him to load in, and then we'll get underway. Alright, I told Lawrence that he could join as long, like after qualifying if he made it. So, we'll just let him load in, and then we'll get underway. We'll start him at the back of the LMP2 grid, so that he doesn't have to fight through like 100 people and cause an accident. So. Alright, so we are just waiting now for Lawrence to get underway in his B1280, ready up, and then we'll be going. Sorry about the delay, folks. However, we will be getting it going very shortly. What do we have from Lagalot? Reload the track. Is that current? No. Alright. Let's get ready to go. Just waiting for Boxer. We are waiting for M Sport. And then we'll be on the way. Give us your predictions in the chat. What do you think is going to happen? Who's going to win? Let us get underway. And let's go. Alright, And we're off for the formation lap of the LSEM 100. Let us roll through our grid order for today. In first position, we have, let's grab the right one. Here we are. Alright. Did we just lose somebody? No. Okay, cool. In first position, we have Forza Europa. In second position, we have ESV Scottson. In third position, we have LSEM Toru. In fourth position, we have ESV Moshies. In fifth position, we have LSEM Insanity. And rounding out the LMP2 field, we have AMR Lawrence in sixth position. In seventh, or first position for GT, we have RDE, Red Dragon Esports, Racing Dragon Esports, sorry, Hydra. In second place, we have RDE Kami. In third place, we have RDE Chasmo. In fourth, we have SVR Barcode. In fifth, we have LSEM Zero. In sixth, we have SVR Solar. In seventh, we have SVR Boxer. In eighth, we have SVR Twitch. In ninth, we have LSEM Sir Lagalot. In 10th, we have AMR M Sport. In 11th, we have SSR Honey Badger. In 12th, we have Severus. And in 13th, we have ORC Speedy Jab. This is the LSEM 100. We are on the back straight, getting ready to go underway, and we're going to go on board with AMR Lawrence for the start of this race here. As we round the final corner, we'll be forming up 2 wide. It looks like there's a massive gap right now between... I'm not sure what's going on right now. This is... I guess we're on the way. Not sure what happened there. Bit of a kerfuffle. As Lawrence goes into turn 1, he's looking to make the move on Insanity. He cuts him off. Clean move though, and that is going to be Lawrence up into 4th position already. I'm going to go back to Toru, see exactly what happened to him. Is he moving? He is. Not sure what happened. Let's have a look at the damage on the car, see if he got any, and it seems like he has damage from something there. So that's going to be a dreadful start to Toru's race. Going back to the GTE field now, we're going to go on board with LSEM 0, who is down to 12th overall, behind Solar and Barcode, it seems. So slipping down one position on the start. He's going to be looking for a move to try and catch back up. As you see ahead already, we have a train. We have the LMP2s. Is that somebody up ahead? Who is that? That is ESV Moshies having issues, and that is... Let's see. Does Moshies have any damage? It looks like he does. We'll see if he goes into the pits here. And yep. So we have Moshies, and we're going to have Toru going into the pits off of lap 1. And Insanity also. I'm not sure what's going on with these cars. They seem very fragile today. Maybe taking some curb damage somewhere, perhaps. We have another driver who's got damage. ORC Speedy Jab. So he's going to be trying to make up ground throughout the entirety of the race. We're going to go back on board now with Solar. Solar is in 8th place overall so far. And as you can see just ahead, you have the battle for 3rd in the class RDE Chasmo SVR Barcode. So far, a very eventful start already. This LMP grid has been absolutely spread out. I'm not it's a massive pit lane here, so we're going to have lap traffic between the LMPs and your first place leader. We're going to go on board with Toru as he's passed. Actually, we're going to go on board with Moshies as he's passed by Scottson, the race leader so far in Europa. He's going to yield the position, and he's going to have laps worth of time now to make up on the 2 drivers ahead. A monumental task at best, an impossible task at worst. SVR Boxer, formerly LSEM Jesco, is currently sitting just behind Zero in the R8. Zero, a new entry to the series, and Boxer, formerly in LMP2, has gone to GTE. Just behind, we have SVR Twitch and Severus. looking to be battling for position. Long Beach is a very interesting track for overtaking. It's all about runs out of corners, and in that respect, the R8 will be a very strong car today that has very good low to mid-range acceleration. As you can see, already the top 3 are being taken up by RDE. Just behind are the 2 SVR drivers, followed by Zero, who seems to be struggling a little bit so far. We got 51 laps of racing ahead of us today. So there's going to be plenty of lap passing. There's going to be plenty of opportunities, plenty of strategy to go into this race today. This is going to be absolutely insane. We're going to go back now, or further up, sorry, to AMR Lawrence, who has Toru just behind him, who has already had to take his first pit stop. Lawrence, a late joiner, was not able to qualify today, so he'll be working to play catch-up on Scottson and Europa. He got a bit lucky there today with the 3 cars ahead of him taking damage on the first lap. Still not sure what happened there. We're going to go back on board now with Chasmo, who is looking up towards Kami and trying to keep the Corvettes at bay. It looks like the R8s have been very strong so far at the start of today's race. And as you can see, a couple of different groups already forming. There is a very real possibility that we're going to get lap passing between the GT cars today. As we have 2 LMP cars very close together. That is Toru and Lawrence still just ahead. So Toru is closing up on Lawrence. He's going to be looking to unlap himself in this instance, which you can do. And they have Speedy Jab just ahead. That's going to ruin Lawrence's run. Toru backs out of that one. And ultimately, that will be no change of position. We have another LMP driver in the pits. It's going to be Europa. So Europa has taken a pit stop now. And he's going to be having to fight his way through this GTE field on a track that doesn't provide much more than 1 line at a time. Can you guys see me alright on stream? So Insanity and Moshi's seem to have had a run-in. I'm just gonna jump into the Discord real quick. Alright guys, for future reference, it's a bit late to call it now, but the incident between Insanity and Moshi's would have warranted a safety car. So for future reference, bear that in mind. Yeah. Alright, so as you see, Moshi's now coming past Kami, and further ahead you have Hydra, your GTE leader so far. We're going to go on board with Scottson now as he works his way through the LMP2 field, and he's going to take his first pit stop. Sorry, the GTE field, and he takes his first pit stop. However, let's have a look around to see if we can find a good battle. We have Twitch just behind M Sport right now, so he's going to be looking for a move on the 458. The 458 has very good top end, however it may not have the best acceleration out the corners. However, Twitch is going to get it slightly wrong coming out of the corner there, and that is going to be him losing a bit of time to the cars ahead. Further up we have Chasmo still right on the tail of Kami. These Trainer 3 drivers starting to gap the field behind a little bit. Still the closest battle so far is Chasmo and Kami, although further back we have Lag a lot, and who was that? That's Insanity and Moshi's. So the 2 drivers who collided lap 1 are going to be pushing ahead. Moshi's is just behind Insanity now. Insanity is going to be working hard to try and catch up the rest of the field, but keep Moshi's behind him, as he is in the title fight for the championship at the time being. As you can see, though, Moshi's maybe having a little bit more understanding in this car, and he's closing in the cars ahead. He is working to try and catch back up to Insanity. For the time being, the LMP2 cars, some of them are actually in position behind the GTE cars based on the length of the pit stop here at Long Beach. And was that a disconnect? I am not sure. Did we lose somebody? Nope, we still have all our drivers. Just a bit of spotty service side connection. In first place right now, then we have AMR Lawrence. Did we lose somebody now? Yes, we lost somebody. Who would that be? We lost 4-0 Europa. So Europa, after a spotty start to the race 1 of the series, has disconnected from the lobby on lap 9 of race 2. So that is causing some issues for him there. He should be able to still fight for the championship. However, that means that any hope he had of using round 1 as a drop round has just evaporated into thin air. So we go back on board now with... Where are they? We're looking for Moshies, I believe. Go back on board with Moshies, who we're actually on board with now. He's made it past Insanity at some point there. Twitch is just ahead. And he's going to yield position to Moshies, despite the fact that we warned against doing that. As long as the GTE cars are predictable, or they're able to communicate with the LMP2 cars, then that is all that is necessary. We're going to stay on board with Moshi's as he works his way through the rest of the field. Just up ahead of him now is SVR Boxer. You see the LMPs now are in the 11s. And Lawrence is going to be trying to close the gap between him and Scottson now. He makes a move around Boxer on the outside. That is for position, although they are in different classes. And just ahead, Zero is pushing up on Solar now. So he may have the opportunity to look for a move. We're going to have Moshi's coming up behind. So Zero comes up on Solar, right up on the tail now, and then you're going to have Moshi's trying to find his way past somewhere. So Moshi's going to look to the inside of this corner, and then he's going to try and find a position that has made it harder for Zero to keep up with Solar for the time being, as it has compromised Zero's line more than Solar's line. So just ahead now is Solar still. Insanity working his way through. Very close there. Oh, Zero messes it up, and he gets a spin on the exit. He's going to try and rejoin the track there somewhere. That is LSEM Zero with a mistake on the exit of the final corner. Does he have any damage? It doesn't look like it, otherwise he would have reversed into the pit entry. But that is Solar now, Zero now, down into 13th position. And his card is not looking good standing. Let's check the damage again. Try switching up the Twitch and then back. See if there's any damage there for his car. It doesn't look like it still. It looks like Zero is just really struggling to hone the car in today. So we're looking for a battle on track right now. It looks like the field is still very mixed. Just behind Solar now, and just ahead now is Lawrence, who is making his way through the field. Now it's going to be 9th place ducking into the pits. That is SVR Solar in the pits now. Just ahead of Twitch. Well, further up ahead, we're going to go on board with Kami now. As he's still trying to chase down the race leader for GTE, who is Hydra at the time. I think we just lost another driver. Who would that be? It looks like it was... still looking... Was it Solar? No, Solar's here. Who do we lose? We're about to find out. SVR Twitch. So Twitch and Europa have had DCs in this race so far. As Toru comes around the outside now of not ESV, RDE Kami. We are going to be looking for anything interesting that may be happening on the track right now. So just up ahead, we have with the first place of AMR Lawrence pushing up onto LSEM Insanity. So we're looking to lap him for the time being. However, you got to bear in mind that the pit delta is rather extraordinary on this track. So there isn't that much of a distance between these drivers on the track for the time being. We're looking to see where Scottson is, as we know Scottson has taken his first pit stop. He's about half the track behind Lawrence, as Insanity is going to be on the inside into the first corner here, and Lawrence is going to be looking to the outside. Insanity is going to yield the position. Lawrence goes in and comes through roundabout now. And as we enter the other side of the wall real quick, Lawrence is your race leader for the time being. Just behind, we're going to have Toru and Insanity. Toru is pushing up on Insanity now. He's going to be looking for a move. This is full position on track, so Insanity will not have to yield like he did for Lawrence. Sorry guys, it's a bit late. It's been a long day. I actually fell asleep earlier today. Just randomly was watching some YouTube and found out I lost 2 hours of time because I fell asleep. So that happened. Just ahead now, we have Insanity passing M Sport. Toru's going to be looking to do the same in just a moment. So we've just received the information that Twitch is actually, he left the race of his own intention due to the fact that his controller batteries were getting low and they just switched off. So he tried to turn his Xbox off before he caused a collision with somebody. So that's a very chivalrous move there from SVR Twitch that has concluded his race today. And ultimately we will be holding that one in mind. You just saw a driver disappear, and that is SVR Solar now out of the race. That is unfortunate. Going to stay on board now with Toru as he's pushing up on Insanity and trying to make a pass happen. Very difficult track to pass on. Long beach, long straights, but not necessarily the best for overtaking. As Insanity is coming up now to SVR Boxer, that's going to be perhaps a cork in the bottle that Toru needs to get around Insanity. And Solar has to go babysit. So we thank Solar for coming out today for the race, and we hope that he has an enjoyable time looking after the younglings that he must go tend for now. This is your round 2 of the LSEM 100. Toru has a run on Insanity. He's going to be looking to the inside of the corner here. If he can, takes a little bit of a later break. He's going to be making a move, and that is Toru up in the 4th position of this race. Insanity's going to be looking for an opportunity to fight back. If one presents itself, we will see Insanity not getting the drive out the corner that he needs to really combat. And that is going to be, for now, at least, solidification of 4th place for LSEM Toru. Continuing to look around the field, we're going to go on board with ESV Scottson as he makes his way past some more GT traffic of LSEM Sir Lagalot. He's just made it past Hydra also, who goes into the pits. So that is Hydra taking his first pit stop. And that gives Kami the race lead for the time being. So we want to see where... what was it? Yeah, it was Hydra. Sorry. The game showed otherwise for a second there. Looking around the field still. We're going to go on board with our 3rd place sitter for the time being. Actually, we're going to go on board with Chasmo for a little while, who is in 2nd place for GTE for now. Effectively, though, he is 3rd as the race leader Hydra has taken his first pit stop of the day. Lagalot and Speedy Jab yielding to the cars ahead. That's the thing about this track. There's so much opportunity for lap traffic because of the length of the pit stops that any sort of miscalled strategy could result in you having to lose a lot of time in this 2nd race of the LSEM 100 Season 2. Still just behind is Barcode. Ahead is Kami. We're on board with Chasmo now. And we're going to go up to Kami to take a lap on our effective race leader for the time being. Here we are. We go for turn 1 now. We're going to hug the right side of the wall to set up the line for turn 2. Brake, basically bring it right into the curb, come out. Turn 3. Turn 4 now. Firestone corner. I'm not sure if it's called Firestone, but there was Firestone back in there, so I use that terminology. As Chasmo, a little bit of bump now on Kami. We're going to switch to a better camera angle as Chasmo is looking for the position on Kami now. This might give Barcode the chance he needs to catch up, and it will give Hydra a better chance to gap these two right now. We have a 3-long train of LMPs. That's Insanity, Toru, and Moshi's. No, sorry, Insanity, Toru, and your race leader for the time. AMR Lawrence as Scottson takes his 2nd pit stop of the day. As this train comes in for the last lap, or last corner now, we're going to have both Chasmo and Kami, I believe, hitting, or rather, sorry, it was just Kami who pitted, so Chasmo has stayed out. Barcode is ahead of Chasmo at the time, for now. I do believe that is as the positions stand, though. Well, really having the work to stay up right now. It's crazy. So we're gonna go back to our LMP battle right now. So we have Boxer just behind Toru, who's trying to pass Hydra, who's just behind Lawrence. And it looks like we are going to be having a safety car period? Is that what's happening? Alright, it looks like we're going to be having a safety car period here. So that is going to be Lawrence into the pits now. And he's going to come out just behind Scottson and just behind Moshies. So he will be sitting in third place over this. Will give him a chance to bunch up with the rest of the field when they catch back up to the pack. I think we're on the safety car. So I think we're waiting for the rest of the field to form up as this group of cars now are working towards getting back to the front of the pack. It's a wacky wave of ball flailing tube man back there. And the LMPs are going to have the opportunity to pass the rest of the field to regroup in one train at the front. So we're going to run through our grid order as it stands right now. In first position we have ESV Moshies. Sorry, ESV Scottson. In second we have ESV Moshies. In third we're going to have AMR Lawrence. In fourth we have LSEM Toru. In fifth, we have LSEM Insanity. In sixth, we have LSEM 0. as he's working his way back up to the grid. In 7th, we have S2R2, who has damage. So it looks like there was in fact an incident somewhere along the lines there that left Barcode with damage, which is why we will be having the safety car period. Following that, we have Chasmo, Kami, Severus, Hydra, Honey Badger, Boxer, Lagalot, Speedy Jab, and we are back on the way now. We're going to go on board with AMR Lawrence, with 3rd place sitter in LMP2, just behind Moshies and Scottson, just ahead of Toru and Insanity. So Lawrence will be trying to capitalize the best he can off of this opportunity to catch back up under the safety car, and he will be pushing up on Moshies and Scottson, or best he can. He's already 9/10 behind Scottson. Moshies is half of that. Further back, I'm gonna go on board with Honey Badger, who will be lapping Speedy Jab and battling Severus just ahead. Hydra seems like he got a little bit messed up by that safety car, as he's come out only in 9th overall. I'm not sure if Severus is pitted yet, and that's tap from Severus. That is on Hydra, nearly going around. Nothing in the end there. We're gonna go. I'm not sure if Zero is actually half a lap ahead or not. We're gonna go back to Lawrence now, as we just saw Moshi's car there get thrown a little bit by the curb, almost into the wall, but managed to recover it. Just behind him we have Toru, who will switch over to. As Lawrence brushes the wall a little bit, that's going to give Toru a chance to try and get a run. Ultimately, however, that's not going to be enough for him. I'm gonna grab something to chow on real quick as I try and regain a little bit of energy. We're about halfway through this race now, and I will be back in just a minute. Alright, and we are back. So Toru has managed to pass AMR Lawrence, who is still just behind. I got some grapes, by the way, in case anyone was wondering what I grabbed. Very delicious. So Toru has passed Lawrence now. Lawrence is going to be fighting for that position back. As it stands right now, Toru will get his second, third place finish in the LSEM 100 series. Further back, we have Chasmo and Kami in GTE, who are very close together. Remember, right now they're at full extension down this start-finish straightaway. Chasmo goes a little bit late on the brakes, so that's going to give Kami a chance to close up. A little bit of tap by Kami now. And Chasmo's going to regain a little bit of lead that he had.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying these grapes too much to stop eating them.
Alright, so we're going to go back on board now. Oh, we're going to go looking for a battle. What do we have? We have Honey Badger and Severus. So that is Honey Badger in the 458, the SSR 458, and Severus in the ORC Audi R8 LMS. Looks like Honey Badger got a bit of a better run through the corners there, but Severus is going to gap him once again in the straights, based on the ability of the R8 to excel in straightaways. We're going to go back on board with Lawrence now, as Toru and Lawrence are going through lap traffic, which has given Lawrence an opportunity to potentially catch back up and pass Toru. So Toru going a little bit deep there in the corner as he comes up to LSEM 0. Lawrence is pushing now, trying to catch back up to Toru. He's right on the tail. Toru's got stuck behind 0 there. That's going to be Lawrence with a chance to look for a run. He's not going to get it this time around, though. So Toru just ahead now, under the AAA insurance banner. Lawrence is going to be looking for a move. Will he find it? That is the question right now. So Toru messed his lineup a little bit going into the last sector. It's going to let Lawrence close back in. Lawrence is going for a deeper line to get him a better drive out of the corner. Maybe look for a move. He's going to be close enough for the draft, if it's going to be powerful enough. 82 feet is what separates these drivers in second and third at the time being. Fourth place is still on the field in ESV Moshies. Fifth place is being, it's just been lapped by the LMP1 leader of Scotsman. It's Toru now behind Speedy Jab. He's going to have his line compromised. Lawrence is going to get almost a better line, but he has to back out of it through the corner. Just ahead now is going to be a GTE train. So, let's see if these guys can get lucky with where they pass them. Toru gets past Honey Badger. He's not going to get past Severus though before the corner. That's a lunge by Lawrence to get past Honey Badger. He manages to do so. They're both going to go around the outside now with Severus. Toru runs quite a bit wider than Lawrence. Lawrence is going to be looking for an opportunity to get past. Still, as we said before, this is a very tough track to overtake on. There are very few corners. So we're going to go back on board now with Honey Badger, who is chasing down Severus just ahead. And we may there will be joined shortly by a co-commentator. We're going to be joined by Mr. LSEM Chaos Fox in the Discord call as we get ready to bring him into the lobby. I think the first thing I need to ask you, Chaos, is what do you think of my gamer icon on Discord? Alright, let me shoot you an invite to the lobby so you can spectate. Ah! Ah! Alright. Alright. It looks like we have no comms for the console for the time being, as we have lost the party on the Xbox side. Not good right now. This is why we wanted to use Discord, and why we still are. Yeah. Alright, so let me shoot you the invite. I didn't do that yet because you were not online yet. So let's do that. LSEM Chaos Fox. As Toru is going to be looking to pass Kami now. I've been sitting here for about an hour saying that kind of stuff. This race seems like it's going to go for a fair time. I'm wondering if I messed up the calculations. No, as LSEM Boost was in the dorms, doing dorm stuff. Yeah. I'm sure it would be. It's not as big of a part of the culture in Australia to do that, like moving into dorms and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Rum. Right now, the closest battles still seem to be Cerberus, Honey Badger, um, Kami, Hydra, and Lawrence and Toru and Scottson. But everything's pretty spread out right now. And Toru's car looks like it's been in a war zone. Yeah, Long Beach is a very interesting track to watch because it's very hard to pass on it because it's literally just turn, drive, turn, drive, turn, drive. Yeah. We did have a safety car period, which shuffled things up a little bit. There was an incident, I think, between Barcode and one other driver. As, I think you can see. I think drivers are using the handbrake now in the hairpin final corner. I've just seen Scottson, Toru, and Lawrence all go through it and all get rear tire smoke. So I think they're using that to rotate the car a little bit better. Yeah. We started the race with, damn, wait. Wow, we've lost more people. It's crazy. Hold on, who have we lost? Let us check this for a moment when it comes about. The first driver we have lost was LSEM Insanity is no longer here, Lagalot is no longer here, M Sport is no longer here, Solar is no longer here, Twitch is no longer here, Europa is no longer here. So, you know, if I'm not mistaken though, that a lot of them have something in common, and that is that they are not in a Discord chat, question mark? Ooh, I'm not sure. So I think there might have been some Xbox party shenanigans going on. Just some server instability. I want to go to sleep. Let me go to sleep. It is 11:01, and I was so tired earlier today that I actually fell asleep randomly on my bed for a little while. Indeed. Good old East Coast America. Yeah, we'll see if Lawrence gets out before the GTE traffic. He should be. Yeah, he's good. Because we've had issues where an LMP has pitted to come out behind the GTE pack and then had to fight through, and by the time they've done that, the other LMPs start catching up to them and start lapping them, at which point they have to yield because blue flags. So it's just like a downward spiral. Toru. Alright. Just gonna mosey through to stop here. Very slowly. Very surely. Oh, it's gonna be relatively close. And that is Moshi's past Toru now. So Moshi's electing to take the earlier pit stop just after the safety car period, has actually gained a lot of time off of that as Tori gets stuck behind Boxer on his exit now, and he still has Mr. Lawrence relatively close behind. We have Hydra. No, sorry, wait, do we? This game is buggy when it comes to spectator mode sometimes. We have Severus in the pits now, alongside somebody else who is also in the pits, which is LSEM 0 just behind in the Audi R8. And it's all very spread out right now. Sadly. Should have done one around the Lime Rock. Imagine that. Just like how tight everyone would be at that point. Yeah, there was a ALMS round there a while back, and they do like 3 tiers of multi-class. So they do LMP1, Prototype Challenge, and GTE or GT2, and they like had I think 5 or 6 safety cars there because stuff just kept happening. Alright, so Honey Badger, who was battling with Cerberus before, or relatively close battling, is in the pits now. We'll see where he comes out in relation to Cerberus. Speaking in a very monotonic style tonight. I think it's because my voice can't muster up much more than that. Also, there's people asleep around me. Of course. So here comes ESV Moshi's, and it's going to be close between him and Cerberus. Cerberus is going to get out just ahead in the braking zone. And behind him... Ooh! So we have Toru just ahead now of Lawrence, as these two are fighting their way through traffic while trying to fight each other. Lawrence is able to get past Zero, but he's lost a lot of time stuck behind him as Toru gets past Honey Badger. Lawrence is going to have to start getting a bit more ambitious with his moves here. He looks at the left side now of Honey Badger. Toru is already past Cerberus, and Lawrence is going to lose a lot of time with lap traffic trying to get through Cerberus there. Indeed, and something about open air ahead now, so Lawrence, who missed qualifying due to him being out on a job, is going to be pushing up now. He is in 4th position in this race so far, with 5th position having DNF'd, that is, did not finish, of Mr. LSEM Insanity. So we'll run for your grid real quick. In first place we have ESV Scottson, running the Mazda... they recreated Mazda Lola livery. In second place, we have ESV Moshi's, his teammate. In third, we have LSEM Toru, just ahead of 4th place AMR Lawrence. In first place for GTE for right now. Not sure how this happened, however, it is LSEM 0. In second place, we have SVR Barcode. In third, we have Racing Dragon Esports Hydra. In 4th, we have RDE Kami. I keep wanting to say Kimi, and then I have to correct for the last second and say Kami. RDE Chasmo is just behind them. Behind Chasmo is Severus. Behind Severus is Honey Badger. Behind Honey Badger is SVR Boxer. And behind him is ORC Speedy Jab. Yeah, as we have the purple car of Lawrence pushing forward. A little known fact about Lawrence, when he paints a car purple, he thinks he has the setup down pretty well. We'll see if that's the case today, as he is working hard to fight LSEM Tory for third position in today's race. Further... Yeah, so perhaps a little bit of a rear brake bias there, and just using that to try and get around the corner a little bit better. Not quite sure. It is always a possibility. So, looking into next week already, we have the third round on August 31st at Suzuka Raceway. We'll be doing 28 laps of Suzuka, and this is the only track returning from Series 1. As compared to Series 2, we now have 7 laps left in today's race. It has been an interesting one. We've not had the most on-track overtakes today, however, we have had pit strategies. We have had a safety car, our first safety car on the LSEM 100 today. And ultimately, it's been a bit of a mixed match from hell. We have Chaos Fox here, of course, who has just joined LSEM as a streamer slash content creator slash commentator. And I don't know, how have you found the team so far? Oh yeah. That's good to hear. It's good to know nobody's being too much of a dingus around the team. Yeah. And I imagine it being a somewhat less stressful situation to be a streamer, especially being able to just create your own schedules and that kind of stuff. And yeah. Mm. Yeah, as we look ahead now, we've been on board with this battle for a little while. However, there's not much else going on the track, so this would be where we would be, of course. Lawrence, starting from the back of the pack today, has worked his way back up to 4th position after some safety car periods, and he is looking to pass Toru. Toru is hanging on for dear life here, as he knows that he is currently 3rd in the championship standings for the LSEM 100. Ooh. There goes Toru. He's gone wide. Lawrence is going to back out of that. Look at that. There is pressure everywhere today. If if we were in a high pressure tank, I don't think you'd feel any more than what Toru is feeling right now with Lawrence right on his tail. Lawrence has been pushing back up. And these two now going down the back straight. Lawrence is going to be licking his lips, though, as he sees Barco just ahead. He's going to compromise Toru's run out of the corner. Not so much his, though, as he's going to come around. It looks like Barco was just far enough ahead for Toru to not be affected. Indeed. It's really, it's really funny. You're almost like a prophet here. Because I think you're like a second or two ahead of where I am on my spectator mode. So like when you say stuff, it happens then. That's pretty cool. So when you say, oh. Yeah. Indeed. Pardon? Yeah, so it seems like Toru is lackey banding a little bit in terms of his pace. I know that's something that I tend to do a little bit, where I'll go through spurts of really good pace and then spurts of struggling a little bit. I think it's just due to the exhaustion that comes with doing these. It's not the longest race in the world, but it is a relatively prolonged race. I think we've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes so far. Indeed. I know personally when I do long races like these, especially on the wheel, it becomes exhausting as well. Doing them for long periods of time, I think I can do 4 hours straight, and then after that I'm absolutely knackered. Like my joints are hurting and that kind of stuff with the way I brake and that, because I brake the wrong way. I brake by rotating my ankle rather than pushing my leg into the pedal. So that's not endurance. I need to fix that. That's going to be Toru trying to find his way past Boxer, former teammate. Oof. He's not going to lose that much time to Toru, though, as he was able to maintain a run out of the corner. Toru is going to end up behind Honey Badger going into the following corner. Is it going to compromise Honey Badger's line? It's going to be a no in that respect, but Lawrence is going to be held up. Yep, we're Lawrence and Toru will be on their second last lap now, as the race leader Scottson moves on to his final lap of the race today. We are finishing at the end of lap 52 to allow us to record the results. We're going to stay on with Lawrence for this battle right now, as it is still heating up. Further behind we have still let's see, I think that's Honey Badger and Boxer battling it up. who these two passed relatively moments ago. And further ahead, once again, we're going to have the lap traffic of LSEM 0. So we're going to see if Toru gets held up by 0 at all going into the next sector. And it's going to be the last lap for Toru as we come across the line in a moment for your race leader, ESV Scottson. That is 2 in a row that they have managed to take first position in the race. That is ESV Scottson in the B1280 taking first position in LMP1 and taking up his position on the Walk of Champions at this time. Not too far behind now. It's going to be Moshi's in second position, but we're going to go back on board with Lawrence. We're going to go on board with Toru. We're going to see if Lawrence in these last half of the track can make a move work on Toru. He's been working at it. He looks a little bit too far behind, but he may start getting a little bit ambitious here. It's going to be Toru. It's going to be Lawrence into the last few corners here. And as we go into the final hairpin. And that is going to be Toru into third position for today's race. That is your LMP fields over the line. GT field will still have a fair few laps to go. I believe they have been lapped about 4 times now. We'll see in just a moment. 3 laps down is your race leader, LSEM 0, in the Audi R8. Just behind him, well, not just behind, a fair ways behind at this point. Barcode, followed by Hydra and Kami, followed by Chasmo, Severus, Boxer, Honey Badger, and Speedy Jam. I'm going to take advantage of this nice little camera angle that we have of cars going into turn 1 based off of the ESV Moshi's. Oh, not turn 1, sorry. Yeah, no, that is turn 1. Sorry. I'm going crazy. If you're hungry for... If your stomach's giving you a murmur, head off to Bubba Gump Burger. Sponsor of the crosswalk over there. I have not had a Bubba Burger, but I have been to Bubba Gump Shrimp, and I gotta say, they are pretty good. Oh, wow. And as we're waiting for this race to finish, we're gonna go on board with our GTE leader, LSEM 0. We will find out in just a moment how many laps he is down and how much longer this race will continue to take. He is 1 lap down, so he will be coming onto his final lap in just a moment here. So we have, later on the docket this week, we have the 9th round of the American Le Mans Series. I will be racing in it for a change of pace, literally. And taking over that stream will be LSEM Boost and your co-host at this current time, LSEM Chaos Fox. to be fair, you jumped in because I asked for some help because I was really struggling to maintain cognizance in this race because it's been a long day. Indeed. Oh, we have Cerberus and Boxer pretty close right now. Boxer had more pace than Cerberus to begin with, but he's ended up behind Cerberus at one point or another, so he's going to be looking to regain some points by passing Cerberus in the final lap, which they are about to start. As they're about, I think, half a lap down on 0. I say Severus, but looking at it, it's more Severius. So, alright. I'm just gonna call you 1, because he's got the 1 at the end. So. And that is Boxer on the last lap, taking 10th overall, 6th in GTE. And that is a move that he would have felt he needed to make done if he wanted to stay in his championship. With half a lap to go. And that is going to be Boxer coming across in 6th position in today's race. Only 2 cars now remain to finish. That is SSR Honey Badger and ORC Speedy Jab. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Of course. So out. Alrighty. So let me open up my notepad as we go through. In today's race, we have in first place ESV Scottson. In second place, we have ESV Moshies. In third place, we have LSEM Toru. And in fourth place in LMP, we have AMR Lawrence. In fifth, we'll have Insanity. And in sixth, we will have Europa, as Europa was the first of the LMPs to disconnect. So, your race winner for today was, in GTE, was actually RDE Hydra. In second place, we have RDE Kami. And in third place, we have RDE Chasmo. So, the elusive squad, the I keep saying red, the Racing Dragon Esports squad, taking first, second, and third in the LSEM 100 today. Along with first and second in LMP2. In fourth position, we have LSEM 0. In fifth, we have SVR Barcode. In sixth, we have SVR Boxer. In seventh, we have Severus. In eighth, we have SSR Honey Badger. And in ninth, we have ORC Speedy Jab. And then we'll try and figure out the order of disconnects for the cars here. Let me just give the all clear to lag a lot for them to finish the race. I'll be right back. We are clear to finish the race. We are clear to finish the race. Because it's on my computer. Oh, I'm telling. So his drivers finished their final laps now, in some whatever random order. I gotta say, it was a pretty decent race. I think this is gonna be the least interesting race of the season. Oh my word! Sorry. They're doing a cluster F in the. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I'm Oh my. We are waiting for Scottson now. There's an 8-minute end of race timer. And he's not moving. Yeah, it's because we have the multi-class thing of LMP2s. The first race we tried with it in the preseason testing, we tried it and the LMP2s were taken over by driver tars and started causing a lot of mayhem. Because the driver tars took over and the GTs still had to finish about 3 or 4 laps. So they were being passed by driver tars in very awkward and dangerous situations. Well, we have that turned off. Yeah. And we're just waiting for Scottson now to either start moving or not start moving, I guess. It would be the alternative. And yep, we're gonna be here for another 8 minutes, folks. Ripperoni. Yeah. Well, we are streaming at the Lightspeed network, so make sure to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Today's race was a little bit iffy. They normally turn out a little bit better than that. There was some questionable moments in the race, not necessarily from people, but just from how it all turned out. Yep. Stay tuned for Monday, where we have the American Le Mans Series. Sorry, Sunday night, Monday, if you're where I am, where we have the American Le Mans Series. Yeah, the American Le Mans Series will be on the stream on the channel, and we will also have the Last Week in Forza Series hosted by GTR Mergenator on next week. So if you'd like to watch that, make sure that you follow the channel. And we are just waiting now for the race to finish so we can collect the fastest times, but we will not subject you to this much longer. So to finish off today, I've been your host, LSEM the Butler, and as soon as I say that, Scotsman starts moving. So we're gonna go on board with Scottson for one last lap of this Long Beach circuit. Yeah, liveries are always a lot of fun to make. I used to do a lot of making. I used to make a lot of liveries is the sentence I'm trying to say. Yeah, indeed. Alright, and that is our race over. Indeed. So we're going to look at who had the fastest laps real quick before we finish off today. And in LMP, the fastest lap today by, let's see, did Europa do any better? Europa only managed to 141.1 clean today. The fastest lap by a margin of 0.02 of a second was ESV Scottson in LMP2. In GTE, the fastest lap today was a blistering 1:18.5 by RDE Hydra. So those will be gaining one extra point each for the fastest lap of the race. In conclusion, I've been your host, LSEM the Butler, joined today by Chaos Fox, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.
As he looks move around the outside, down the hill, still at the inside. And that's the beat.
Is he gonna? Oh, please, he goes. Oh, he won!